Hey guys, you here, welcome to Top 10 GTA 5 overtakes in a contact competitive environment against other sweaty players. And this is one of the greatest things about contact racing, people, where you get clean overtakes, being able to do that properly, because a little contact there and then it kind of gets a bit annoying because you're not doing it cleanly. Whole point of contact racing is to make it clean. And there you go, this for number 10. Bleh. Can't remember, throw that. Okay, so that was a nice overtake. It's quite a simple overtake. That's why it was number 10 spot. Number 9 spot is the final lap, the last lap of the track. It was 5 laps, and it was end-to-end consistency stuff between me and Picano. And I had to make a ballsy move, right? I had to sort of anticipate the situation. So it's a final U-turn on this particular track, and the finish line is just opposite us on the straight, other side. Now I'm gonna take the inside. I'm gonna kiss the apex. I'm gonna get a nice line through where Picano slightly went wide because the braking point was slightly different to his car. Obviously, he didn't kiss the apex. Whole point of him is he should have stuck to the inside line. I managed to grab the win there just about, but that was a pretty awesome finish, a pretty awesome overtake. Similar situation there for the 8th position. This was slightly different execution, where it was slightly weird, slightly more strategic, because the person in front of me is El Meister, and he had a different sort of perspective towards this turn compared to Picano. Picano obviously took it wide, he broke late, but in this particular situation, El Meister decided to go early. He decided to brake early, and so that he could force me to go out and go wide. But what I did instead, it was so you saw there, he broke early, but then I sort of allowed him to go through inside me and I can then cut inside, sort of get a nice line of the exit, and that's what I managed to do and grab the 2nd spot of this race off the playlist, which is pretty awesome. I love that U-turn because you can certainly do different lines, different overtakes to get a nice position or a nice win at the end of that track. Definitely give it a go. It's available in the spreadsheet, by the way. Number 7 here, this part of an endurance race, I believe, and this is pretty damn awesome because I believe this track is about 11 miles long, and we're just coming near the end of the track. In the final part of the track, there's 3 cars ahead. I believe Rohan took that corner quite slow, so he kind of choked. But he was sort of in the same level of speed as me at this point. He had inside line, but he obviously went wide there with his braking point being completely wrong. I managed to grab the inside line. Now there's 2 guys in front of me right now, of El Meister and Picano, I believe. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and make sure I keep my composure at this point, because this is the final lap of the endurance race, I believe. And yeah, kind of, you can see how long we spent on this, about 25 minutes in the bottom right corner, 25 minutes into the race, right? And we're in the sort of the 7th, approaching the 7th minute of this particular lap, which is the final lap. So I think we did 3 laps, I believe. So this way everyone's concentration levels are slightly lacking, where you really have to sort of, be up there and really focus to really, win. So I managed to get a nice overtake first of all on El Meister on the inside line. I saw him go wide there, take the opportunity to the gap. I was paying attention to Picano there, where I sort of really should have taken a better line there. So the gap sort of increased slightly between us. But one thing I did like is that at this point here, where you can get a lot of speed if you get the right line, I managed to close the gap right away. So applying a lot of pressure onto me, slightly went wide there. Managed to get a simple overtake there to get the 1st position to win the race. And that was a pretty decent win actually, after quite a long battle for an entire lap there of 6 minutes. That was a worthy overtakes and went going. But yeah, some of the greatest races on contact racing actually occurs in these tight Vinewood roads, This way the most skills involved, as to is narrow, and overtaking is really, really difficult. And you have to really be patient to wait for the right moments and whatnot. And you can do clean overtakes, you can wait for the players to choke and whatnot. This is really down to you, how patient you are. Some people are way too aggressive, ends up going to a collision. A lot of people do not like these sort of roads to a contact race, because of the fact that you need to really have the same sort of skill level of players to actually be able to race competitively on these roads. Otherwise it will simply won't work. One person might be too slow, one person might be too aggressive. So at this point you see 2 guys, both of them actually went wide and they clipped the tree, I believe, and I managed to squeeze through the gap there, literally sort of a near miss. I managed to squeeze through the overtake there, but I suppose I got fortunate there. Regardless, I would have overtaken anyway, because both of them went wide. I took the inside line, had more speed. Now this was pretty damn awesome. Sort of like a fluke, I guess, but it worked out, because the way I did it was I just wanted to go straight towards the apex, and I managed to line it right, and it was pretty damn awesome overtake because it was so clean. I literally did not touch him, and that was pretty damn awesome to grab the 2nd position. Now for the 4th position of this overtake, a couple of overtakes here was pretty damn awesome. You see, they'll make mistakes. I got the inside line on Picano, so I sort of had priority, but then Sammy hit the pole and Picano oversteered there. I managed to squeeze through the gap, sort of like a sandwich. I was the burger sauce, and at this point Right, I saw Sammy taking the inside line, so I'm going to let him, sort of go through. I'm going to brake early. I'm going to squeeze through, just be a little bit cautious and get that little boost, sort of speed, because if you get the braking point right, and as you're turning, you get immense speed, and it really had to play that smart and managed to work out. So that's really nice overtake there. But number 3, the third spot, this is a nice little battle going on here, another endurance race. This one, it's quite a short endurance race, but still, I think it's the last lap. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. It's the first lap. We'll see. Anyway. Yeah, I think it's the first lap. No, it was the. Okay, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is a nice race, a nice track. Give it a go. The awesome chicane there. It was really, really awesome. It's really, really bold. You got to be really ballsy to get a lot of speed out of that, which I managed to do. And at this point, I had to sort of be patient because, I was going at a far quicker rate as compared to him, and obviously he was defending most of his time. So basically, I was trying to just pick my lines here, maybe left, maybe go right, inside, outside. At this point, I thought I could go on the outside, but then he sort of oversteered slightly, went to readjusted himself, so going slightly with a collision there. So I was pissed at myself for even touching him in the first place. Now at this point, I had to be really patient, ease off my throw, just because I did not want to touch him. Hoping the contact race and this not to have any sort of contact whatsoever. But yeah, anyway, you see here. At this point, there's a nice little tie lines coming through. It's another risky bit, but the way I overtook him is weird because usually I would go around challenge someone in the inside line, but I managed to overtake him in the outside line, which is quite uncommon. It's one of my first ever overtakes that going around the outside. So I thought it was pretty damn awesome to be in the third spot, going on to win the race there. Although it was pretty close behind me, but it was a really long battle throughout the entire lap. So Picano chokes there as usual. In the second spot, we see Lee Carey is, I believe, currently up front. But this is by far one of the best battles I've had on these particular roads, on Vinewood actually. Because the narrow roads, right? So it's very difficult to overtake. So at this point, I believe Lee Carey sort of choked just before I caught up to him. And so yeah, I can prioritize the inside line for him. So, but obviously I knew he was going to go wider when he exit the corner. So I can take the inside, exit inside again. So I managed to work out. We sort of held hands there as we were just about to go off. And at this point, I do believe I sort of go slower than him, oversteer there, and sort of a little clip the side wall there. So the way he overtook me was bloody really well done there, especially in a tight environment like that. So it was clean racing so far. And then I tried to take the inside, slightly oversteered there between both of us, and I do end up managing to overtake with obviously the curb tricks, which you need to prioritize if you want to gain a lot of speed. So I took a little ballsy line here between the trees and the basket and whatnot. And I think he clipped the light bulb there. But yeah, I think this would have been a photo finish if that was the final lap. But eventually overtook him. But there's a nice battle going on there on that section, and you guys should definitely give it a go and really sort of have nice battles there to really practice your patience levels and also overtaking the tight roads as well. But number 1 spot, this is by far one of the most epic battles I've had in a 1v1 situation. So that's quite important. One of the quickest hard lappers in the crew. And it's a contact race obviously, and coming near the end of the race, the last lap, this is similar. I think it's the exact same track as one of the other battles I had against the red car in this particular section. So what you'll notice, I gained a lot more speed from him on that particular corner, and we're really close to each other. We haven't even touched each other yet. In that corner, literally 2 cars taken at the same time. I've never seen that before. And then we're still close to each other, side by side. We know we're stuck to our lines here. But I knew that I got to give him priority on the inside, so I'm going to brake early to cut inside again on the exit. So now we're literally neck on neck, but I sort of got the edge because of that overtake. I suppose he went wide, and this sort of enabled me to go ahead, but then he managed to get a little bit more speed on the inside line obviously, so equivalent right neck on neck, and literally it was just like few milliseconds. Managed to just scrape it just then by literally a few milliseconds. Like, it's ridiculous how close the total time difference there was. Look at that, 0.040 seconds or some shit. Like, wow. Okay, so anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy. As I said, contact racing is absolutely fun. GTA 5. People think I take this shit seriously. The whole point is I want to try and find people with equivalent skill level to have this fun and competition. So there's excitement for everyone. It's really intense as well. That's the whole point, isn't it? So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you guys want to see more, if it's interesting or anything like that. And obviously I'll be bringing out more sort of tips videos, or get clean racing like this and whatnot, sort of racecraft as well. Although I'm not that great when it comes to racecraft, but I do have sort of common sense and logic, which a lot of people need to have in racing. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Check it out. Now, good night, peace. Yeah. Hey guys, here, aka G. So recently we made a sort of a trial video to join our racing competitor.